counsel that you'd have for the state government, for the central government, one piece of advice?
No, let me make one simple point. This perception that Pakistan has stopped playing games, or that it is a bankrupt country and therefore it will not pinch us. This is a highly misconceived thought. Look at the number of these drones which are being shot every month. The quantity and the value of the various drugs and weapons which are brought into India are shot, and discovered. Look at the rocket launch at the CID headquarters in Mohali, only a few months back. And now investigation has established that there is a link that came from across the border.
Yeah.
The point is, I will re-emphasize that Amritpal is not an organic growth in the Sikh society. If he was, his following would be much more. Let me also make a point that he is not Sant Pindrawala. Yes, I agree with this viewpoint, but he's very well groomed. You see the way he answers questions of the journalists, and the logic he advances based on Sikh ethos and philosophy. He's no fool. So let us not
underestimate
blind ourselves to this reality.
I was going to close with Mr. Azad briefly. Yashok? Yeah, Yashok?
To make one point, nobody said that the Pakistan will stop trying to make attempts along the border. All these drones here, they are very, very well known, and our security agencies are very well briefed. The question is on the Khalistanis. Even the ISI is intelligent enough to see that putting money behind Amritpal would be a waste, so they will never use that. They will rather use drones rather than prop a guy like Amritpal Singh. And they realize the futility of supporting a Khalistan cause. They may try doing a little bit here and there or abroad.
Well, we'll never know till this man is caught. And I believe that...
1 minute, please.
Sorry.
You may have a specific information or input given your background. I can't contest that. But you see, money starts flowing automatically. You have to only trigger. This Mercedes which he is driving, it didn't come from Pakistan. You see, it was funded by people from India and abroad, to support. So in these kind of movements, you have to just provide a focal point and a trigger. Once you provide it,
about current times. We are not talking about the past.
No, he's also talking about now. He's saying the money can be galvanized organically. I think that's what you're saying.
I'm saying the Khalistanis have much more money. They can easily fund a guy like Amritpal. They don't need any money from ISI. Of course, ISI will be interested.
Okay, now Major DP Singh also wanted to come in. Now. Major DP Singh. Major DP Singh.
No, I just wanted to ask sir that what do he mean by Khalistanis has a lot of money? Who are those people whom he is grouping as Khalistanis?
Khalistani supporters in Canada, for example, who are funding elections, they have acquired prominence. They have acquired identity. And that is why the Khalistani supporters...
Now, who are those Khalistanis, sir? Who are those Khalistani who are you referring to? The question is this only, who are those Khalistani who are referring to, those who are funding? Are they Indian? Are they Pakistani? Are they ISI? Are they Hindus? Are they Sikhs? Are they Muslim? Are they Christian?
They are Sikhs. They are Sikhs.
Exactly. So this connotation, they are Sikh, is absolutely wrong. You should not be mixing Khalistani with Sikhs, please. If a Sikh...
Mr. Major Singh, I'm not going on an emotional kind of a conversation. I'm talking
No, sir, it is not about emotional...
The Khalistani diaspora and their supporters.
It's not about emotional conversation. It's about the fact that if you as a senior stature officer say that Sikhs who are Khalistani, then any ordinary person like me will say, oh, Sikh is a Khalistani. You understand?
What you want to say, Major? I think what Major DP Singh wants to...
Let me make one point. Major Saab, he is not wrong. There are elements in Canada who are Sikh appearance, who, Pannu may not be wearing a turban, but he's a Sikh. Let's accept that fact.
That's very true, sir. But
no,
we should
please,
not
1
be
minute.
fixing
Let me crack. No,
sir,
let's
please.
not make it a
Please,
sentimental issue. There are forces in countries abroad who are raising these issues. After all, a referendum was organized in Canada, and who voted in that referendum, who spent money on that. Maybe they might be getting funding from some other forces like ISI, again repeat.
Correct.
But you don't move just because you get money. There is an element. It's microscopic. I said it's 0.0001%, but that element is there, and they have to be addressed.
I think all that Major Saab is trying to say is do not broad stroke a community, right? Major
yes, I agree with that.
And we all agree. And we all agree with that. I think there's no question.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah, we all agree.
Thank you, sir.
Here, that is the bottom line. There's no question. We opened this program by talking about the courage and the spirit of seva of the Sikh community. We all agree that this is a microscopic minority. But at the same time, there is a foreign hand. Whether Meghna Desai agrees or not, there is a foreign dimension, whether it's what's happening in Canada, happening in London, happening with the ISI. There is, of course, the diaspora. There's the diaspora community, and there are all kinds of politics being played out there. And R.I. Singh points out to a sort of cynical fact that maybe some people are looking for permanent residency, claiming to be so-called victims of a system. And there is the flag, which Meghna Desai may feel like, why is India so upset? But I will remind him that soldiers like Major D.P. Singh serve for that flag, serve for the honor of that flag, and many of our men and women have died for the honor of that flag. So this is not an issue that I'm prepared to take non-seriously. Yes, it has a touch of the farce. If I see one more CCTV video of Amritpal Singh, you feel like laughing, because there is a dimension of caricature to it. But the man has to be caught, because in his not being caught, there is an undermining of the state's authority.